Hello, my name is Malcolm Smith. In the last video, I went over how I set up the look and then some of the functionality of the enemies. Just a quick recap. I had a base enemy humanoid, and all the other enemies were just children of that base humanoid. So right now we just have a soldier bot. So in the other videos, if you saw a yellow bot, right now I have a commando in. As you can see, children, and then I just change the animations and such like that. And now I'm going to go over the behavior. So for the controllers, the controllers are actually very similar to one another. The base things is, they play a behavior tree. They have sight, hearing, and damage. Damage, sight, and then let's see. Okay, actually, the base human doesn't have hearing. But yeah, like I said, they have senses that I have adjusted, and when they run the behavior tree, they get values. I won't go over every variable. The most important one I will talk about is state enum, or AI state, which is just a enum with a couple of states: patrolling, combat, and caution, which get called or set when the AI sense is triggered. So if it sees a player or gets damaged by the player, it will go into combat state. Do a quick glance through. Have some more variables I set in the blackboard. If it loses sight after a certain amount of time, it will go into the caution state, where they try to look for the player, such like that. And then set the focus. And now I will go into the behavior tree. So let's just go into the, close some of these tabs. Let's just go into the commandos behavior tree. So what I did differently from some of the other AI I've worked on in the past is that I've actually used EQS. And over here I actually have the EQS dummy, which has a combat EQS on. I'll actually go to navigation EQS right now. So it was obviously with EQS, it will just pick a point depending on certain conditions, or the right word from queries, things. I'll actually go into it. It just goes into different queries, checks if it's meeting certain conditions or values, and then activates them. And then the way I've designed the commando is that, let's go to this behavior tree. Obviously, when the search starts, it'll run navigation. If it sees a player, it will move to the player, or it will move to a certain distance to the player, and then it will start shooting. If its health is greater than 150, it will keep moving around the player and then shooting at the player, and then if its health is low, it will actually run at the player and try to knife the player, almost like the early Halo elites. When they go into like the berserk state. And then honestly, if the player loses sight of the player, it'll just move to the player's last known position. So let me demonstrate that right now in the level. Right now, it moved to a certain distance, and now it's trying to move around me and shoot at me. And if I get low enough, it will try to knife me until obviously it's dead. And I'll just go over the other AI as well. Right? They do different things. So obviously, if we go for the enforcer, it just runs at the player. Pretty simple. Let's run it at me and try to hit me. And then the soldier bot, or the AI soldier bot, or the Mark 1 soldier bot I plan on making harder, more difficult ones, will just, let's turn him around, will just obviously shoot at me, and it won't dodge with the command, it'll just like get in range, it'll just keep shooting, such as that. And I plan on making more difficult ones, but I just wanted those. You have an enemy that runs at you and hits you, an enemy that runs at you and shoots you, and an enemy that will at least try to dodge, and if it gets low enough, try to knife you. And all the behavior trees, if you look at them, are actually pretty similar. If depending on, yeah, they're all pretty similar. Yeah, so I'll switch through them. Old code. Yeah, they're pretty similar to each other. Really simple. I mean, I wanted to make a lot more simple AI. I go later down in the project already, try to make some more complex ones, but I like them pretty simple. I think they're fun. Like I said, pretty similar to each other. That's with slight variations. Obviously, you have the health check over here. But yeah, that's how I basically did the behavior. The AI, the only thing really different with the AI is just the behavior tree itself. But the way I have the AI set up with the parent, the controller doesn't really need to be that different. Like the only thing different in the controller is what behavior tree it runs. So it makes making the AI pretty simple. You know, they all have a AI interface, which has this melee and range attack, which I do differently for different things. Let me find it. Oh yeah, these do different range attacks. You know, commandos. I don't know if they shoot better than the. Let me get a soldier in here. Yeah, like I said, yeah, commandos they shoot slightly better. You know, they get more well trained. So that's just how the AI behaviors set up. Pretty simple. You know, basically similar behavior, similar controllers, different behavior trees. Pretty simple EQS. So I hope you enjoyed.